Welcome back to Exotic Car Play Place, everyone. Thanks for joining in on this beautiful sunshiny kind of afternoon. Today, did you realize 10 years, maybe as little as 5 years if the experts are correct, great cars like Jaguar F-Type R, BMW M3, Lamborghini Huracan, Ferrari 488, and all those other great drivers' cars may actually disappear and you can no longer get those awesome cars. Let's get into it now. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Mark with Exotic Car Play Place, and today So for car guys, these are the sounds that you love. Not this. But this instead. Definitely not this. How about this sound? So real car enthusiasts love stick shifts, horsepower, and exhaust sounds. Well, unfortunately, the trend is going towards techie geeks, and that is technology, sensors, automation. Techie geeks seem to be winning the battle, and they're getting cars that are autonomous, self-driving, electric, full of technology, and basically drive the car themselves. So this is all a very upsetting trend. Do you guys know what's actually going on in terms of technology? Did you realize in as little as 5 to 10 years, these cars that we have grown to love so much and the passion that we have for the automobile can be virtually disappearing beneath our very feet? What's happening lately is BMW, Mercedes, for example, are companies that are getting in bed with Bosch, which is a car company based around technology, sensors, and all of the electronics that are often backing in these German automobiles. But Bosch is doing a lot of things behind the scenes. The cars that we know and love today and that we talk about in the lunchrooms and that we enjoy driving on a Sunday afternoon could be disappearing beneath our very feet very, very soon. And that is because Bosch, BMW, Mercedes, and many other manufacturers are now currently moving towards electrification. In other words, cars that are run through batteries and batteries only. Hybrid cars, as a matter of fact, are even being virtually phased out because electrified vehicles seem to be the trend. Within 5 to 10 years, they want to see every single car fully automated, fully electrified. The technology is there now. Bosch, BMW, Mercedes are all collaborating. Well, recently there was a bit of a halt on that due to costs. However, the trend is moving forward. So not only are you looking at hybrids, which are partial electric, partial gasoline, they're moving towards full electrification. In other words, cars that are fully electric, fully plug-in, fully battery powered. You'll no longer get the exhaust sounds. You'll no longer get the shake in the seat. You'll no longer get that stick shift, and you'll no longer get all of these sensations that you currently get from true horsepower internal combustion engines like you find in a modern muscle car, like you find in an F-Type R. You will no longer get those sounds because Bosch is now working with the big German manufacturers to create cars that are fully autonomous. Autonomy in automobiles is an absolute disaster, potential disaster. Now, do you realize Tesla has done a lot of that pilot program already? They've created these systems that help drive the cars all by themselves. Well, that all seems well and good. Unfortunately, in practice, it's not yet fully sorted out. There's been cases where the automated programs have let the cars down and the cars have resulted in collisions. Now, BMW, Mercedes is working on similar systems. They would like to ultimately get their cars to a place where the cars are not only fully autonomous, where you can sit back, go to sleep, and the car will get to you from point A to B, but they're working out some of the details because there's still challenges with cars when they're hitting downtown, urban centers, where you get a lot of that canyon effect within the downtown. You get towers around that block signals that you're getting from the satellite. Why? Because a satellite right now, there's claims that these satellite systems can get and direct these cars within 1 centimeter of its desired location, which makes it very precise, and in a perfect world, it all seems well and good. The unfortunate part, as soon as you lose some signal, you know what happens with your good old cell phone here? When you lose a signal, you lose the call. So there's still challenges with that, where cars can lose a signal and they can veer off and run into a building, or a person, or another car. That's very, very bad. So that's one negative part. Now, another unfortunate part is, as car people, we like to maintain control. Manual transmissions, it gives you that sense of control of the vehicle. A car that has good old-fashioned hydraulic steering gives you that sensation, that feedback. Well, you're going to lose all of that because everything's going to be drive-by-wire, steering-by-wire, brake-by-wire. Everything's going to be by wire. It's all going to be electrified. You're going to lose all of that sound. Now, unfortunately, the manufacturers are trying to do this to make all kinds of points, be the first to the punch, and of course, catch up to Tesla, who unfortunately, by a lot of manufacturer standards like BMW and Mercedes, they've fallen behind. Tesla currently has gained mass market share in designing fully automated, fully autonomous vehicles, and they're far leagues ahead of the other manufacturers. Now, unfortunately, there are other challenges that can create dangerous environments, and that is driving conditions. Of course, if you live in northern climates where you have roads that are often covered in snow, that prevents these cars and their sensors to be able to pick up the lines in the road and prevents it from staying between the lanes, i.e. possibly sending a car into the hedges. Those details aren't yet worked out. But guess what? As a human behind the wheel, although a human can certainly make mistakes, at least there is a sense of control, and not that a computer is going to veer you off course, that you have full control. You can slow down, accommodate for road conditions, and keep it between the lanes. So how about another piece of technology? What we have is Bosch, who is the leading manufacturer of driving sensors and aids. They're currently getting in bed with Uber. And with that, they're creating these robo-taxis, which based on an app through your phone, you're able to dial in, make a request, and that Uber taxi can show up, or robo-taxi, if you will, powered strictly by automation. That car will then pick you up, you get in, and in theory will take you to your destination. Now, I don't know about you, but that actually takes away the driving experience. Sometimes you need that release to drive home, enjoy that sensation. Okay, fine, sometimes you're really tired, there's safety margins there. But have you ever been in a cab with an unruly, unsafe driver? I have, and it's very, very uncomfortable. How about electronics? How about a computer that glitches on you while it's driving you home? Again, another possibility. Remove human error, sure, but introduce other facts of error. Now, are there safety nannies and backups to protect the passenger from a potential incident? Who knows? We'll see as time goes on. But that's another negative and takes away from the true driving experience. Do you want to know another piece of upsetting information? That is, there also this Fossil-Free Fuel Act that is being signed, or has been signed, by Los Angeles, Paris, Rome, that they promise by 2030 to be entirely fossil fuel free in their cities. How is that a devastating situation? What is Los Angeles, home of the movie stars? What are the movie stars going to do with all these Lamborghinis and Ferraris in their garage and their McLarens, and they can't drive these cars? I guess they all get on the bandwagon of driving electric cars. Now, while electric cars are certainly the most viable of all of these alternative options to fossil fuels, there's no question Tesla got on the wagon early. And if you've ever driven a Tesla like I have, you realize that the acceleration is nothing short of invigorating. It's proof that you can truly have electrified cars that can be fun to drive. However, as a true car enthusiast, there's still an element missing. That's the vibration in the seat. That's the sound effects you get from a great exhaust system. So it does complete some of that feeling for a true car enthusiast, but it's still missing certain dimensions, which truly will be missed in the future. So can we ever get to the point where a pure electric car can replace the internal combustion engine, especially when strapped to a set of turbochargers and a manual 6-speed gearbox? We'll see. And if that's all very overwhelming to you guys, be sure to click on that video. That's going to take you to the list of the best cars you absolutely have to drive before you die or before they disappear altogether. Thanks again, everybody. I really hope to catch you in the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.